Greetings. My name is Everald Morris from NetMerge, and my contact information is right here on the front of the screen. My 876 number is on WhatsApp. So this morning, I find myself talking to a lot of principal and leaders about a printing solution that we have rolled out recently, and I figure if I do a demo message, a quick high level demo, I would be better able to capture the essence of what I'm trying to do, and also to keep the message consistent across different boards. So instead of calling different leaders, I decided to just do a quick demo video where I could highlight the key solution. So this is geared towards IT personnel in a school leaders such as the principal, and also bursars, because they're most of the time they're the one who are actually making the contact and doing the purchasing. But I'll implore you to include your IT staff in any decision making process. Now, here is the situation. If you are unaware of the crippling printing costs in your organization, or you're suffering from productivity loss due to downtime, rampant downtime from equipment failures, or you simply contemplating an affordable, highly affordable, reliable printing solution for your organization, I wish to draw your attention real quickly to a better, more reliable, more sustainable, and a more cost-effective solution for your two-color printing, which is your black and white printing. So this is about a black and white print solution. What I'm about to demonstrate is a 60% reduction in printing from where you're at right now, while maintaining a 99% uptime. So it's a win-win situation. You're going to get a cost reduction and better uptime in service. So that's what I want to talk about. I'll try to be as brief and as quick as possible. I'll keep the details to a minimum and at a very high level. All right, so let's get started. The model printer that I want to focus on is the HP LaserJet Enterprise printer, the M4555. It's a multifunction series, and it's a really powerful solution. I want to consider it as a document management solution. As a matter of fact, I want to give our client, our school leaders, and our IT staff and bursars a real opportunity to tap into this solution, and a better opportunity. Now, my focus is on total cost of ownership. Most of the time, when you look at a solution, you're only faced with the upfront cost. That's what is presented to you, and the actual total cost of owning the device over a period of time is not considered. There are a lot of hidden costs that are, hidden below, that you're not privy to or you're not aware of until the system went down. So our mission is to provide a sustainable, cost-effective synergy that provides you with a 99% SLA uptime. That's a service level agreement. And my goal right now is to demonstrate an alternative that is costing you way more than you are currently doing now, or you're led to believe. Okay, so that's what I want to do with this video. Now, this is the model printer that I want to propose as a posture as a solution, and what I want to do, I want to quickly compare it with a brand new model, and I also want to compare it with a risographer, as I've seen a lot of those in the school. So let's get started and take a quick look at a breakdown and a chart. Now, this chart right here is a model that has a lot of detail that is crunched for you, and I created a high level model so that you can easily rationalize the total cost of ownership. So what I want to look at is the laser printer. The newer model to the one that we're proposing is the 634Z. It's a new printer, and it costs approximately 1.4 million. For every 50,000 pages you print, it costs you $200,000. This is your total cost of ownership for that particular printer. This is where you're at, and this is your new solution. Now, the solution that I'm proposing is actually a refurbished solution. It costs you $345. It's fully maintained, it's very reliable, and it comes with a 1-year warranty, just like a brand new printer. It costs you $150,000, and it costs you $9.90 per page. So it's under $10 for that solution. Now, I want you to understand that this is where you're at right now. You're around the $30 mark, all things considered. Again, there's a lot of details that went into this that I drew from our existing customers and other sources, and crunch these numbers. Now, a reso is another option. It's a refurbished comparator. It costs approximately 800,000. It costs a lot less to actually operate if you're using it in a high productive environment. Now, this particular scenario has a low cost for maintenance, but I'll explain that in detail. But it's actually costing most schools $17.60 per page. Now, this is the pitch. This is the sale point that you're faced with. The upfront cost saving, but you're not looking at it holistically. You're not looking at the total cost of ownership. A reso is really ideal for a high volume 5,000 page per day situation, 150 to 200,000 page per month. If you're not doing that, you're throwing money away, and the point of owning the reso is defeated. Now let's look at it a different way. If you purchase a car for $10 million and you only use that car when you're on vacation for 2 weeks per year, which I've seen in some situation, you're actually spending $1 million per year on a car because you're only using it for 2 weeks. So the cost goes up tremendously. That is what's going on right here, and that is the reason why I would not recommend a reso in a school. There's not enough volume to justify the actual usage. So I hope you understand that real quickly on the eye level. We could talk about it in more detail at another time. Now let's look at the solution. The solution is a very reliable and proven multi-function system. You're able to fax, copy, sprint, cant at amazing speed, 85 pages per minute. Now, when compared to the Reso, this is the only feature the Reso is able to outperform a laser printer with. It's speed, but speed is not one of your pain point. Your pain point is cost. Your pain point is reliability. Your pain point is quality, efficiency, efficacy, and uptime. That's your pain point that you want to focus on. Now, the same printer, you're able to get on-demand collation. You're able to organize your document. You're able to get collation with stapling. As I mentioned, I didn't mention it, but there's a stapling capacity tray right here on the folder. So the automatic receiving tray, you're able to staple with that as well. So you get that as a bonus feature as well when you own this particular printer. There's seamless job storage that you could do on the printer itself or on your network for repurposing. You're able to recycle, reuse, and repeat that scenario. You're able to do that on the fly. Now the capacity is 2100. You get 600 in the first tray and 500 in the other tray. So it's a really high capacity, 2000 page capacity that you could do in a single job run. Another benefit is the automatic document feeder tray that you could use to capture student information during registration, such as their birth certificate or their immunization record. You could do it really quickly on the fly. So you're seeing a plethora of benefit that you would get. It's also network ready with Wi-Fi printing as well. So that's some of the core features you have on that particular model. Now let's look at some of the benefit. You're getting a better quality print at the lowest possible cost. While the Reso is actually far faster, it costs you more when analyzing context and you take everything into consideration. In addition to that, the scope and reach of the Reso is very limited. It has a single purpose using a single job setup, which is called a master, and then you have to load an entire drum that you run from that master. So it's very complex. It's really designed for putting out a lot of volume of a single job. It doesn't give you the flexibility or the multi-purpose functionalities that you would get with this particular printer. So again, that's one of the reasons I wouldn't recommend it. So back to benefits. You're getting the lowest cost and the better print quality. You're also getting a vendor and supply diversity. There's a lot of parts, a lot of support, and a lot of flexibility with who you could purchase the supplies from. You don't have to purchase it from us because you bought a printer from us. You have diversity with that. You don't get that flexibility with a Reso. 90% of the time you have to go back to the vendor for supplies and support, and it's very cost prohibitive in most cases. You're also getting a plethora of value added features and functionalities with this particular model. I went over a couple of them in the first slide. In addition to that, you have the ability to use non-OEM supply without flaws. You're not able to do this on the brand new printer, and that's why I use it also as a comparator. So with this particular model, you're able to use a generic toner, which is 20% the cost of the genuine OEM toner. So this is where your budget, this is where you're saving, this is where our ability to give you that low cost printing actually comes into play. So you get a feel as to some of the core benefits that you get over a brand new printer or using a RISO. It is the least expensive overall cost of ownership, and if you recall, the proposal or this demo is about total cost of ownership, not just the upfront cost of acquiring the device, but the total cost that it costs you, all the in fees for your service, for transportation to show up on premises when you're doing your on-prem support, the high cost for OEM products. Your all those costs are factored in. Your downtime, which is a big factor that is not factored into your productivity as well, all that should be factored into your total cost of ownership as well. So we want to propose a solution where you get a 99% uptime at a cheaper, a lower cost, still retaining the quality you have today without compromising anything. And on top of that, you're getting proven reliability and stability from a company that is probably best known in the printing business, which is Hewlett Packard, or HP for short. Now we're also doing a fleet. We have approximately 20 of these printers available for the market at the moment that are already fully configured, fully refurbished, and again, like I said, it comes with the warranty. Now with fleet, we get expertise from using the same product. So it's not a situation where you have 50 products in the shop or you have a mirage of different products, and it's very complex to maintain. We're able to build and sustain expertise by using the same product. We're able to keep costs down by using the same product. So if you encourage your colleagues to come on board, the more people we have in the fleet, or the more persons we have using the same device, it's the easier it is to support, easier it is to maintain, and then we're able to keep costs down because everything is a lot easier because we're doing it in bulk. So while the RISO again is faster, it is the only good thing you have going for you. But again, speed is not one of your pain points. Now let's move on and take a look at some of the other features. You get the security features. Now you could use a password protection to protect your different levels of users with different roles. So you'd have the service person with a password, you'd have your end user with a password, and your administrator have their password that they're able to use to manage the printer at a greater scale. So you get that. So if you want your guidance counselor, your discipline, your dean person, or if you want your administrative staff to have access, you have the autonomy to control that at a very high level. So we want you to take a quick look into the viability of this system. I considered it as a management system, not just a printer, but actually a critical document management system. And every good document managed system starts with a good capture port, and you have that with the ADF feeder as well. Now you also can easily create and manage your routine jobs. I spoke about that already. You can easily scan critical files into your job folder. You can easily capture student registration records. Spoke about that as well. And you can scan and automatically mark your exam with the right tools and software. You could mark your multiple choice exam by using the automatic document feeder. So right there, you're getting over 20 or 30 different benefits for less than you would for the cost of a RISO that has a single purpose. So really, it's really a no-brainer if there's a decision to be made and you're looking to purchase a new printer, or you're looking for a better solution with more reliability and great cost. So this is your ultimate solution, and that's what I want to drive home. So let's go on and take a look at the other features because we want to wrap it up. We spoke about the features, we spoke about the benefits. Now let's look at your options. Now if you want to purchase the printer outright, this is the upfront cost for the printer right there, $365,000, and it's a printer with warranty and fully serviced. You're not going to be using a printer that's going to be needed and service in a month. In a two, it's fully serviced and fully certified as a refurbished unit. Now For leasing, I provided 3 options that you could go through at your leisure. This is a shared responsibility or mutual responsibility agreement. It gives you some control over the unit, but the ultimate solution that I'm proposing to you is a solution. If you're frustrated, tired with your current system, you want to offload a lot of that burden, this is the solution for you. We will have complete responsibility. You're hands off, we're hands on. We're responsible for the toner, the maintenance, everything, and it comes at a very low cost, below the $9 that we're proposing for the printer. If you own it, we're proposing $6 per page, which is 33% less than the cost of ownership if you should own this printer. So the printer itself is 60% less than what you're currently spending. I could prove that to you in another discussion, in another session. I could have that discussion with you and your IT staff and demonstrate it in more detail. So we're proposing a 60% saving just by having the printer. And in addition to that, I'm proposing an additional 33% saving if you should use this device. So it goes from $9.90 to $6. It's actually more than 33%, but it's just an eye level estimate. So you could look at the leasing option. The final option is really an emergency use option. You could look at the terms and the conditions. It will cost you more because it's for short term, very short term, and there's a delivery cost and a pickup fee involved. So you'd only use this as a last minute resort or in an emergency situation. So we spoke about everything else. Now let's look at the bottom line. There are 3 different tiers. There's a marginal, standard, and premium. That is the different types of services that you could choose from. Now the leasing option in general, this would be your monthly fee. So a marginal fee would be $11,900, and you got the picture. You could rationalize the rest. Now the per page unit, this is the $6 I was talking about earlier. This is what it would cost you, and this green zone is your entire offloading zone. So you might think owning the printer would cost you less. You might be considering a brand new copy machine. You might even be considering a lithographer. Even though I might be inclined to encourage you to do the new multifunction printer, I would deny the reso absolutely outright, day in, day out, because it does not justify the cost of ownership because of the low volume a school would use in-house. So you have all the information you need, and again, I'll leave you with my contact information. You could revisit this video. If you find the information informative, I want you to use it. You could recycle, you could repeat, you could reuse it, and I want you to share it with your colleagues in similar situation. But I want to assure you that the total cost of ownership is crippling a lot of schools, but they're not able to wrap their heads around it because it's splintered all over the place. Now, if you're going to be purchasing a printer, I would implore you to watch this video, look at the core points, contact me, and we could talk about it in more details. This is my contact information. Here's my telephone number, and for most of you guys, you already know how to get in touch with me. Thank you for watching, and I hope you find the video informative. Thank you, and have a great rest of your day.